let's see how we can use Flash messages in our project. First, we'll go through the setup and see a quick example, and then we'll go back to our previous project where we had the user login with the email and password, and we will add a condition so that if the password is too short, the user will see an error instead of going to the login page. First, let's go through this project here. We have an index.jsp which does not have much in it. We have an h1 tag that says welcome, and this p tag up here is only visible if we have an error. So you can see that we're passing in that error and we display it if something is wrong. Now, it also uses JSTL tags, so you need to make sure that that is present up here. In our main controller, we have the second route, which is create error. And in this route, we have dependency injection of redirect attributes, which we then use to add a Flash attribute with a key value pair. So we have an error that we pass on to our index.jsp, and the error says this is a test error. Then we redirect to the index page. So let's see this in action. Right-click, run as Spring Boot app, and we can refresh now. And here we are, we have our welcome page. Now we can go to our secondary route, which is create error. So create error, hit enter, and here it is. We can see this is a test error, and then if I refresh, it is gone. So Flash messages can be very useful that way. Now let's go back to our other project and add that condition for the password. So if the user tries to log in with a password that's too short, we'll throw an error at the screen. So let's close these, stop the project, go back to our demo, and we'll open up the main controller and index. I will quickly run the page so that we can see what it looks like, just as a reminder, and then we'll add that if statement. So right-click, run as Spring Boot app, refresh. This is our form, and for the email, we'll say bob@gmail.com. And then for the password, I'll just say 12. This will work because we haven't added that minimum of 5 characters. So log in, and it works. Now, let's go back. Then in our main controller, we'll handle that password. So here, we need to make sure that we handle the password before we actually save that email to the session and redirect to home. So here we're going to say if password.length is less than 5, so we're going to say the password has to be 5 characters or more. We also need to make sure that we add our dependency injection here. So we need to say redirect attributes, and Control-Shift, and we'll import that. Then we can use redirect attributes. So redirect attributes dot add Flash attribute, and we'll call this one error again. And the error will say the password must be 5 or more characters. Then we want to redirect the user back to the index page. We don't want them to move on. So we'll say return, redirect, and go back to index. So now if we run this, it will work, but the message will not be displayed because we need to do that in the index.jsp. We need to make sure we add JSTL tags. And under the login, that is where we'll display the message. So we'll say, let's have a p tag first. And inside of it, we'll say c out value equals, this is where we pass in our error. And save. And now we can refresh, or we can rerun the project first and then refresh. And let's see, so we can say bob@gmail.com, and password can be 12, which will cause an error this time because it is not 5 or more characters. So log in, And here we are. We have the error message, so the password must be 5 or more characters. Let's try it again, but do it right this time. So we'll say bob@gmail.com, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Log in, and we are good. We have the hi bob@gmail.com, and we're logged in.